Hello everybody and welcome back to Rise of Industry. As always, I am Dor. Today we're going to go ahead and see if we can start making a profit here because we are slowly but surely going to end up going bankrupt rather soon here if we don't kind of fix things. So in between episodes, I kind of realized what I was doing wrong. So if we need water somewhere, we can actually just have the water place send it directly to them instead of what we're doing right now, which is sending the water to a warehouse and then having that warehouse send the water to the water place that needs it. So that's kind of adding to the traffic congestion that we're kind of experiencing right now. It's not too bad because we're not too far into the game, but as we get further and further in, the traffic is just going to get insane if we don't try and fix this now. So if we go ahead and click on our water siphon here, I kind of want to go ahead and actually pause the game as well so we don't go bankrupt in the time being of trying to fix this. So let me pause it just so we can go ahead and try and sort some things out here. So we can't actually send the water to the building itself. We do have to go through the warehouse. I could have sworn we had more options of sending stuff, like it had like 2 or 3 buildings we can send through, but I guess not, unless it's these little ones. No, it doesn't let us do it, period. So we still have to go through the warehouse. We can't send directly to the building like I thought we could, so that's my bad. But we can go ahead and re-enable the plastic bottle production, because what I realized in between episodes is if we go to our warehouse and we go ahead and select the plastic bottles, we can go ahead and actually send this to the state. So we don't produce as much money from it, I don't think, but we can still produce them and sell them so that we're at least generating some sort of an income here from the production of those. At least until one of the towns allows us to go ahead and send it to them, we're just going to go ahead and do it like this. It's still going to generate money. It's only going to generate $785, but it's still going to be something other than just having a building there that I don't know if it runs like a price of upkeep or not, but at least we can go ahead and do this. It's going to start generating some sort of cash and it's going to be better than nothing. So we need to go ahead and re-enable all of this stuff so that we have it going again and we don't just have it sitting idle. So we can go ahead and enable that, and let's see. This is the water thing that's still running. We don't have that disabled. So that's going, that's going. We need to re-enable the other one over here. That's re-enabled already. Did we disable anything else? I think we disabled the transport from the warehouse, so we need to re-enable that. The lumber mill's coming together, I suppose, and this stuff is still enabled, right? Yeah, we're good there. Let me go ahead and go into the warehouse and reset the routes up to this place, so at least we're producing stuff again, and it's not just not doing anything, but let me go and fix that really quick. Oh, you know what? I just realized we can actually still do what I was going to do initially. We just have to disable this so that we have the options to go ahead and choose the destination. We have 3 options we can choose from. So we're going to be sending the water directly to each one of the air purifiers that we have down right now. We don't really mind sending it to the town itself at the moment. It's really not that profitable. So if we go ahead and take a look at that, we aren't even selling it to the town. So yeah, there's no point in us sending it to the warehouse because we don't really need it in the warehouse to begin with. It's just going to eat up space. So we can go ahead and just send it directly to the air purifiers that we need it at. So we need it at that one, we need it at this one, and we need it all the way out here as well. We only have 3 buildings consuming the water at the moment, so we have perfect amount of sending ability from this thing. And now we should be able to go ahead and disable the water thing from here. Actually, that's exporting. Incoming, we shouldn't have any water in this. Yeah, we don't have any water coming in, so that's good for us. And then we can go ahead and do that over here with the oil building as well. We only want this going to the warehouse because we're selling it to the town, and we want it to go over here because that's also using it as well. So let's have it go there, and let's also have it go to... We can send it directly to the hardware store and kind of avoid going to the warehouse altogether, which I think we're going to do for right now. And that should be good, right? We have it being produced or being sold in the town and being used over here to produce the plastic bottles. And then I think the sand collector doesn't do anything, right? We're not selling it in this town, are we? Oh, we are selling it in this town. Okay, so we can kind of avoid going to the warehouse if we want to do that. But since we're just pretty much using the warehouse to sell the sand, I'm going to leave that alone for right now because there's really no point in setting this thing up as its own individual route. And then the gas pump over here is being sent to the warehouse and to the building itself already. So that's already set up as it is. And I think the last thing that we have being produced is the lumber, which currently is only being sent to the warehouse. But since we're only selling this, there's no point in sending this to the warehouse. We can just send it directly to that building because we're not using lumber anywhere else. We don't really need it in the warehouse to kind of go to different buildings. So we can disable this thing from going to the warehouse actually, and it's just going to go straight to the building and be sold. So hopefully that helps and starts kind of organizing our routes here to go ahead and start generating some cash. And last but not least, let's actually check this place. This is going to send it to the warehouse, and then from the warehouse it's going to sell to the state. So we do need it to go to the warehouse to begin with. So that should be everything squared away. So let's actually unpause the game. We should be good. Nothing should be broken, hopefully. And let's close the road thing. I don't know why that keeps opening. And let's take a look at the tech tree here. I want to go ahead and research some stuff here. So actually, before I even do that, we need to click back on Orin and see what we can actually make and sell in this town. So we have these 4 items being produced and sold here. We have cotton, which is a farm thing that we can go ahead and do. Raw rubber, which is apparently an orchard, so that's another thing we can plant and produce. We have a livestock farm for wool, and then we have leather as well. So we have 4 farms we can go ahead and set up and produce some sort of income from, or we can go the produce route and produce some of this stuff as well. So looking at the prices, the best thing right now is probably going to be oranges. These sell for 12,000 a piece. We have grapes that are dropping. Those are pretty good as well. I think the oranges sell for more. And yeah, we can either do oranges or we can do apples. Both of those sell for a pretty good amount. The potatoes sell for a pretty good amount. And right now the mutton is on an increased little bonus price thing here. So let me actually see if we have enough to toggle any of those in the research tree to start being researched. So the oranges only need water to grow, and it's going to cost us 200,000 to go ahead and research those. So let me go ahead and toggle those. Was the other one apples that we wanted to go ahead and do, just so I don't waste the money on anything? Yes, we can do apples. Those sell for a decent amount. And the, what are these? Berries, not grapes. Okay, so berries and apples. So the apples are another 200,000. Let's go ahead and do that. And the berries are another 200,000. So let's go ahead and toggle that one as well. And then at some point, we can also turn these into drinks and maybe sell for a bit more money than the raw products are going to be selling for. So we're going to go ahead and leave those be. We're going to go ahead and research those. When they're done, they're done. We can go ahead and plant the farm plots and stuff. Missing input. What are we missing from you? We should have the gas coming over here, right? We do indeed, and we have the oil coming over here too, so we should be good. It's probably just not keeping up with the oil that it needs. We can actually go ahead and place down a third one of these to go ahead and add even more oil being produced to this building here, so let me go ahead and do that, so that we're producing a little bit more than we are right now. And maybe that'll go ahead and kind of supply this building with enough oil that it needs to go ahead and start turning those plastic bottles out again. We also need to go ahead and research this thing. This is going to allow us to have 10 more storage in our harvesters. And then we're going to also need to go ahead and do these ones as well. But for right now, they're 400,000 a piece. So if we do the offshore one, I think that's going to allow us to put 2 more oil rigs in the water, which we might need right now, but we don't need that much. And the one that we're going to try and do is the coastal harvester, because I think this is going to allow us to add some more water harvesters to our water production thing over on the coastline. And then hopefully we can go ahead and supply the farms that we're going to be planting here in a minute to actually have them be watered with this thing, because if they're not watered, then they're not going to produce anything, and we need that producing water. I want to avoid having to place down a whole nother water building right now, because that's pretty expensive, I think, right? It was like 2 something. It's 125. Yeah, I don't really want to waste the money on that. We are seemingly turning a profit right now, so that's a good sign, I think. Hopefully. Maybe we're not turning a profit, actually. That's not a good sign that everything's still red. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the game just a smidge here so we can go ahead and get the farm fields researched and the other things researched here, the little extenders for the water thing down here, and then we can go ahead and start producing some food for our town here. Okay, so we are not turning a profit. We are losing a bunch of money. We did kind of turn a profit for a second, and then we immediately went into the red again. I don't know if it's because we're doing research right now, so we're spending that money as we get it unlocked, I think is what's happening. Maybe, I'm not quite sure, but this is the last thing we're researching. I went ahead and shifted the things around so that we get the harvesters first. So now we have those available. Let me close this guy really quick, and we can go ahead and put the other 2 onto this thing, hopefully, and connect it in properly. So that can go there and there. And then we need these guys connected into the main road so that we're actually producing from them. So that should be good like that. So now we should be producing 10 units of water every month because I think each of these are producing 2 to begin with. So we only had 3 down. So we're producing 6. So now that we have 5 of them down, we should be producing 10, I believe. So that should be enough water to go ahead and feed the farms here. So before we get any lower on our money here, I want to go ahead and place the farms over here because it's a nice flat area that we might have to bulldoze some rocks and stuff, but it's going to be a lot cheaper than terraforming the land here because we have hills and stuff back over here by the town. So I figure doing it over here is going to save us money in the long run, and we will go ahead and be able to place down more farms and stuff over here as well, hopefully. So we need to place this within the border of our town. So let me go ahead and build a road. Actually, before we do that, let me see how big of an area this thing actually covers. So yeah, we can place this like right here and actually scoot it over a little bit so that we're right on the border of the map. And we can go ahead and place that there, and we can go ahead and connect it into the main road. For right now, we're going to be doing this by truck, but we can go ahead and research a train, which we're going to have to do because our farms are going to be over here. We're going to try and have them terminate into a warehouse at some point, and then from that warehouse, we're going to train it back to this warehouse, or we might add another warehouse in somewhere over here so that we're actually selling the food at a bit quicker rate than we're probably going to be doing right now because, again, we have to clear a bunch of distance here to get there. So let's go ahead and add in some apple fields. And I don't know if we need multiple farms for different types of crops, which I think we might, because once we place these things down, it's going to lock it to being apples only. Okay, so yeah, we definitely need more of these things down. And we're going to try and fill the whole area here as we get the research to go ahead and allow us to place down more orchards and stuff. But for right now, we can only place down 3. So that's going to produce a little bit of apples for us. We also need to go ahead and place down another one for the oranges. And I believe we're probably going to have the same building or a different building when we get around to placing the berries here in a second when they're done getting researched. So the radius on this thing ends around the blue trees there. Okay. So if we keep that in mind, we can actually leave it open. Okay, that's going to save us some time here. So scooch it back this way, and that's going to be that orchard. And then if we want, because I doubt we're going to be able to put anything down this middle bit that the 2 connect on, we can go ahead and squeeze the last one in here as well. Let me place down the orchards so that we, oh, wait. No, wrong ones. Wrong ones. I need you to get deleted, please. There we go. We need to change this over to oranges so that we're producing oranges. And we can go ahead and add those fields in now. This is oranges, right? It looks like apples. I guess there's only one texture for farm fields, I guess. So we're going to do the same thing we did over there with the apples. We're just going to have it go straight down. We can go ahead and connect this in with a road as well, like so. And then we're going to have a road coming out right here somewhere and coming down the middle. Oh, that's not the middle I wanted. Let me close these guys so I can see what I'm doing. Actually, no, I need those open so I can see the border of them. And then we can run a road. It's going to be a little off-center because it's only a 2-wide area there, which is unfortunate. But we're going to run the road out to about there for right now. And then we can go ahead and add in the 3rd orchard. Actually, let me hold off on placing that one because I don't know if it's going to be an orchard or it's going to be one of these other ones here when that thing gets done being researched. So I'm going to hold off on that for 1 second. Let me go ahead and set the routes up for these guys. So we need you guys going back to the warehouse for right now. Actually, the farmer's market, because we're not using anything else. So yeah, for right now, they can go to the farmer's market. The apples are going there. We can go ahead and set the oranges over there as well because we don't have anything else being produced with these for right now. So instead of having them go to the warehouse at the moment, until we get the train unlocked, then we'll go ahead and send it that way. But for right now, we can go ahead and transport it like this. And how are we looking over here? We are fine. We just need to go ahead and set the water in motion, which for that, we actually need to go ahead and send the water back to the warehouse, which we're not currently doing. So we need to disable the water going to this place, which is air purifier 3, and send that to the warehouse. And then from the warehouse, we need to go ahead and send that back to air purifier 3. We don't need 2. We don't need 1. We don't need the oil going to this place as well. So we have water going to the air purifier that's over here. And then we need water going to the farm fields out here as well. So we need one going to this place. And then we need the other one going to this farm. And that's the water squared away. I think we might honestly need to place down another water siphon just to produce more water, because I don't know if that's going to be enough water for the farms at the moment. But in a second here, we do have the berries being done. So let me go ahead and speed up the game again and get those done for us, so we can go ahead and place that as well. Okay, and let's see. What do we have? We have a different farm for it as well. So that's a good thing we didn't place this one down as well before we got that done. So with the borders on those things open, we can see where we need to place this to kind of maximize on space. And I think we can go ahead and place it like that. Actually, one forward should be fine. And that's going to eat up as much space as we can get. And then all we need to do is connect the road into it, and we are good to go. So let's go ahead and do that on over to you. And then we need to go ahead and place down the farm fields, which I think the only thing we can produce right now is going to be the berries. Yeah, we can produce cocoa, cotton, and sugarcane at this place as well, but we don't have those researched at the moment. So let's go ahead and place down the berries and get those being... Oops, I didn't want to place that there. Let's go ahead and fix that. And that should be there. We'd lost a lot of money on that. That was $125,000 to place the field. We only got $93,000 back. That was my bad. We also need this thing getting water, so let's go ahead and have our warehouse bringing that on over. And I think in a minute or two, these guys should sort themselves out here, because right now they don't have any water coming in. And that's why they have the alerts above them, even though we have this thing set to do it now, I believe. Yeah, we do. We have the trucks now leaving the warehouse to take the water over there. I don't know how many trucks are actually in this warehouse. That's probably why it's taking so long for them to do that. Is there a way for me to see that? No, it tells me that I only have 3 trucks dispatched, but lifetime of 85. So is there only 3 trucks available in this warehouse? Am I misunderstanding that? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we just don't have any water in the warehouse. That's why they're not sending it. What is this guy doing? This guy's producing 10 units of water, and it's sending them all to the places it should be going to. So the warehouse and then the 2 purifiers right here, and we should be good. It should sort itself out eventually. All right, they're kind of working so far. We have our first bunch of apples on the road back to the town here. I think this is going to be the apple truck, which it is indeed. Maybe. No, that's the water truck coming back. These are the trucks that have the apples in them. So we're going to generate a little bit of money, or those are the lemons, but one of these is going to be apples and lemons and stuff. So we do have produce coming back to the town right now. So I don't think it's going to be like super much money, but it's going to be some sort of an income coming in at least. So now we have those being produced. We have the apples and the berries being produced. So now we have 3 more sources of income coming in from this town. We also have the plastic bottles being sold from this place now to at least to the state, which I don't know how to check the actual price that we're getting for that stuff, because we can see from here that it only says $785. So I don't know if that's what we're actually getting per, like, however many bottles we actually send out of here. But I mean, it's better than nothing, I suppose. We at least have the buildings running and they're producing something for the time being. And then once we get the buildings or the towns to accept those, we'll just go ahead and shift the selling to the towns instead of selling to the state here. We also need to go ahead and research the other thing that's going to allow us to clean up the water over here, because right now it's kind of getting not too great. So I think we need this, the water treatment plant. So let me go ahead and do that. And once that's done, we can go ahead and throw that over here by our oil depot. And I also want to go ahead and research the train. So let's see. That's going to be 200,000. So that's not too bad. Let's just go ahead and get it out of the way now so that we have it available as we need it to go ahead and bring the stuff back over here and save some time. All right, we have the pollution thing built. So let's go ahead and throw that over here if we can. Oh, it's a big building too. That's unfortunate. We need to go ahead and squeeze it in somewhere over here. So, oh, actually we can do it like this. So that's good. We just need to scoot one of the sand things away from this building so we can squeeze that in there. Actually, no, we need to scoot it into the coast as well. Looks like, yeah, we need 3 tiles on the coastline and then it goes out into the water 2 tiles. Okay, so it's not really gonna work in this area the way it is now. Yeah, we can't really squeeze this in anywhere unless we want to start deleting buildings, which we don't have the money for right now. We are gonna go bankrupt because it doesn't seem to be making a difference on what we're doing here. So according to our thing down here, we're still losing money. That has not changed to gaining money. The other two computers are still gaining money. If we open up our bank thing here, we have 83,000 in loans, which we can't really pay off at the moment because I think we need to pay it off in one go. Yeah, we can't pay this off. We owe 9.17 million still on the beginning loan that we had to take out, or that we were given on the start of the game here. So I don't know what we do here. I have as much stuff down as I can to go ahead and try and produce some sort of a profit margin here, but it's not really going our way. Maybe once we get the train depot up and going, we're going to have to definitely take out another loan. But once we get the train researched, we can hopefully get the food products back over here and the water from here over to there a little bit quicker so that there's no downtime on the farms here, because if we click on them, we don't actually have all three fields going at the moment. We don't have enough water coming to them, so we only have one field per thing here being like grown at a time. So we're definitely going to need to place down another water thing to go ahead and produce more water, because this is not going to be enough water for us as it is right now. We're producing 10, but it's still not enough for us. So we have 1.9 mil left over, so we might as well go ahead and use that money in building another one of these things just to go ahead and get more water from the coastline. And I don't know if we're going to be able to place down even more of the collectors, so I'm going to go ahead and actually place another one a little bit away, and then we'll just go ahead and fill in the area with the harvesters, and we will go ahead and hopefully produce another 10 water with this thing. We might be a little overkill with the water, but I'd rather have a lot of water being produced than not enough water being produced. So let me go ahead and connect all this stuff in, and now with this one, we're going to have this go straight to the warehouse. That's great. And we're actually going to have this one set the way it's set. We're not going to change anything on it, so we should have 20 water being produced every month, I think is what it goes by. So if that's not enough water being produced to go ahead and feed the farms that we have right now, then we'll go ahead and have to place down a third one of these, which I think might be a bit overkill. I mean, I don't want to have the whole coastline covered in water producers, but if we need to, then we will. So hopefully this is going to help. We do need to go ahead and eventually change this around a little bit. This purifier, I don't think we need. I really don't, because it's polluting the water and not so much the land here. At least maybe not, since we have this thing here. I don't know. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and just delete this thing, just to go ahead and get it out of the way. If we end up needing it and we need to place it back, then I will. It's just going to take a little bit to get the money to do it, but we're going to go ahead and delete this just for the sake of maybe saving some water. So now this water siphon shouldn't have that as a destination. It does not. That's great. So I'm going to actually add the other purifier into... Actually, hold on. Is that the one that we're going to right now? That is the one we're going to right now. Okay, so actually I'm not going to add the other purifier back in because that's already all the way up here, and we might as well have our warehouse doing that instead of having this building doing it. So I'm going to leave it alone how it is, and if we were to go ahead and remove our sand stuff, we would need to scoot it over toward the road over here, and then remove these guys as well, or at least one of them, right? Let me see. We have the pollution thing, and it's a 3-wide little building. So yeah, we need to remove one sand harvester, and then we need to scoot the sand building over, but we're also going to have to redo the road so that we can actually squeeze that purifier in. So let's go ahead and do that. We have $1 million left over. It's going to kind of hurt our bank account a little bit here, but we just got $250 back. I don't know where this truck is going to end up if I delete the road. I think we should be okay doing that, right? Let me pause the game again. Actually, there we go. Yeah, let's pause it there. And then we can go ahead and remove the road here, like so. And then we can go ahead and place in the water treatment plant right next to the oil field, or the oil manufacturing thing. And then we can just go ahead and reconnect the building to the main road here. So let's go ahead and do it like this. And that's everything connected back in. We need to go ahead and add our sand thing back to the coastline here. So that can go here, like so. And then we only had 3 of these things down, so I'm only going to place down 3 of them again. I don't want to place down more of them, just so we don't have a whole lot of sand backlogging in our warehouse here. So that can go ahead and be like that. Do we need anything coming to this place? We need sand coming to the water treatment plant. So let's have this guy going to the water treatment plant, and then we can have another one going to the town to sell. And that way it's not going into the warehouse at all and clogging up the warehouse. So let me go ahead and unpause the game and go looking through the warehouse here and see if there's the sand in here, which we don't have any sand in here at all. So that's great for us. I'm going to go ahead and leave that be. And I'm also going to go ahead and speed up the game just a smidge here and see if the water treatment plant is going to start clearing out the oil spills or whatever's going on over here, the pollution that's going on over here. We have another random event here for trucks dispatched cost a reduced 34%. So we can go ahead and try and bid on that for $225,000, which I don't really have the money to be doing this at the moment. So I don't think I'm actually going to go ahead and bid into this because we're still losing money. If I start making a profit, then I'll start bidding on these random events. But for right now, I don't really want to throw the money away like that. And almost immediately, this place cleared up the entire pollution area here. Although I am now seeing the pollution on the ground. So I think we need the water treatment plant and the other one cleaning up the area here. So we might want to go ahead and add this one back just to go ahead and clean up the area here, so we don't have the pollution period going on. So let me actually scoot this over to about there, and then we should be able to go ahead and connect into that thing with the road, I believe. Something like this. There we go. Yeah, that works fine. But now we have double the pollution cleaners here, and we should be good in this little corner, not producing too much pollution to ruin anything, I guess. We need to go ahead and add the water back to this guy, and we should be good. So the warehouse shouldn't be doing it at all, I believe. Purifier 2, it is sending stuff to Purifier 2. We don't need that. It's also trying to send sand to the Purifier as well, so we don't need that either. And Purifier 1 is this guy over here, so that doesn't need to be getting water either. And we should be good with what we have now going on. Okay, so everything should be kind of organized in a way that is going directly to where it needs to go and not going into the warehouse too frequently here. And we do have enough water being produced now that we have all 3 fields on each of these things being grown at a time here instead of just once. So that should help out a little bit here. We only lost 50,000 last month, I think, is what that is. So hopefully this is going to allow us to climb out of the negative margin here. And no, according to this thing, we're still losing. So yeah, maybe not. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But I think for right now, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. Next episode, we're going to have to take out a loan. And then we're also going to go ahead and set up the train transport between this warehouse and the one over by the farms that we haven't built yet. But hopefully that's going to speed up the whole process of getting the water over there, getting the produce back over here, and making some sort of a profit. So hopefully that's going to be good. We have another random event because one of the computers is trying to buy into another region already. Man, they're doing really good apparently. So yeah, we're not going to do that because we don't have the money for it. But I think for right now, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. So hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.